This platform is basically about navigating your 20s, especially this season, navigating adulthood, navigating, and also talking about working with God basically as a young person, what it is working with God. We talk about our struggles, talk about our wins. We share stories with you. We share stories of people that are just like you and have passed through that season that you may be struggling with, maybe as a student, maybe as a career person, a young person in career. We share a lot of stories. So I'm so happy to have you here. You're welcome, and get your seat, and we hope to see that you binge the rest of the other podcasts. So nice having you all here. Without talking too much, what exactly is this particular podcast about? This particular podcast is about career, how God is interested in your career. God is interested in the work you do. God is interested in the work that we do. God is interested in the works of our hand. I think at the point I was getting bored with the work that I do. Let me explain myself. Most of the time we are doing work, and it's, to be honest, it's still the same repetitive thing that you do, except you find a way to automate it. If you are like in IT, something I can say, but like if you are in accounting or you're a banker, you meet a new client, you do almost the same repetitive work, so it's very easy to get bored. I was talking with a very special someone, and he was like, Maya, I think you get bored easily. I was not beginning to think, I was like, is this actually a problem? And I think, yes, maybe I get bored easily, but I knew I wanted more in this career thing, and I actually took it to God. As always, I always take anything to God. And I started talking to God about it, that God, what exactly is it that I wasn't feeling fulfilled? Exactly, that was the word. At the beginning, maybe I was so excited about the career part. I got a new job early this year, so I was so excited about it, meeting new people, working with new people, navigating it and all. But down the 7 months down the work, I think I was getting bored. I was not feeling so fulfilled, and I feel that was something I really want in wherever I find myself. I want to feel fulfilled. I want to make one impact on the other, regardless, even if I'm not high up in the career world, like in the office, but I want to make impact in one way or the other, whether in people's lives, whether in the work that I do that is impacting our customers. So I took it to God. I was like, God, I think I'm getting bored basically, and I don't think I'm feeling fulfilled. And that made me actually now analyze some particular things. I sat down, I was like, okay, why am I feeling this way? I decided to write, okay, maybe it's that I'm not doing something. So I don't want to bore you so much, but I know I had to talk to 1 or 2 people at work, and yes, and it got better, to be very honest. It got really better. And I know there were things I also wanted to achieve career-wise by the end of this year. So I had to visit that roadmap again and realize, okay, where exactly I am, and put systems in place. One of the systems I'm going to put in place for myself, I'm just using myself as an example, is that I want to get people that are also in the same career path with me, and we grow together, we build works together, we make portfolios together. So I don't know, it's as it aligns to you, because I realize that it's not easy journeying in life alone. It's not easy at all, to be very honest. It's so not easy. Let's say you want to have a consistent devotional life, you want to have a consistent prayer life, and you're struggling. Why don't you find someone who can keep you in check? Or you can pray at first together, then later that person is asking, oh, have you done this, have you done that? Or someone said, Pastor Aaron, yes, he was like, find a roommate that the person has a very strong, consistent prayer life. One of the easiest systems to put in place is finding people who do the same as, or that is people who is going to where you want to go to. What do I mean by whatever you do it as to God? There's a scripture that says in 1 Corinthians 10 verse 31 that whatever you do, whether you eat, whether you drink, do it as unto the Lord. So let me give you backstory. So remember I told you that I was complaining that God, the work I'm doing is repetitive, blah 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 blah. And not like that was not an honest complaint. I felt what God responds to me during my quiet time was that, are you even doing it well, what I even told you to do? Because you are complaining that, oh, you are bored or you're not feeling fulfilled and things like that. Yes, you needed a tweak to it, but are you even doing it not as unto man? If you are doing something for man, you'll be like, oh, let me just do it. But if you are doing it for God, why don't you do it as you are doing it unto me? Do it with so much excellence. Do it well. Do you understand? That kind of way. God does not do business the way we God does not do business or does not do work the way we actually do it. And that was something I really learned from when I went for the Light Conference this August also. I told you that August was full of events for me. One particular thing I really took, and I'm so grateful for it, was that God doesn't do business the way we do business. When God works, his work is to impact. His work adds value, basically. Many times when we work, our work is for our own self. Our work is to get money. Our work is so that we can eat, basically. And some people, that's just the bottom line of it. Many people don't do work to add impact or change something or add value to humanity. Many people don't do work that way. And that is something that actually, that was one mindset I wanted that I changed later on. That, see,